Well, you are back for another TYSK report. I'm glad you're here. I don't want to waste your time, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Varjo is leaning in on training sims and bespoke integration, and Aero is likely its first and last consumer headset. Varjo, creator of high-end enterprise MR headsets, dipped its toes into the consumer VR market with the release of the Aero headset back in 2021. But now, the company says its focus is narrowing on training sims and deeper integrations focused on enterprise customer needs, and making a follow-up to the Aero headset is unlikely. Training sims, especially in military and aeronautics, have become an area of growth for Varjo, according to Wyatt. The company is leaning into these use cases to focus on solutions and outcomes rather than just selling headsets and leaving the buyer to figure out how to best make use of them. That's meant by working closely with companies like Leonardo, a major helicopter manufacturer, to build the virtual extended reality (VXR) helicopter pilot training system, in which Varjo headsets are a core part of the system. Thanks in part to the high visual fidelity of Varjo's headsets, the system has achieved FAA FTD Level 7 certification, putting the system in the highest category of flight simulators. Varjo claims this is the first ever VR-based training system to reach this certification level. As Varjo goes beyond just selling its headset off the shelf, the company says it's growing its solutions engineering capability, which means working directly with customers to conceptualize and implement solutions that leverage Varjo headsets to address existing challenges. To build confidence in its commitment to this business model, in the recent years, the company has built versions of its headsets to specifically address common needs. Varjo says it's seen growing demand for its headsets and solutions beyond the consumer space, and its business volume for military applications has doubled since the launch of XR4 at the start of 2024. As I learn more and more about the virtual reality world, I'm thinking that the catalyst that's going to bring more people into the virtual reality world is actually happening, but it's going to be on the enterprise side. I'm seeing more of these enterprises using this technology for many training purposes. Now, is there going to be a time where the consumer interest is going to pick up? I believe so, but it's going to be later on down the road. And because many of these bigger, larger enterprises have the capital that they can provide for companies like Varjo, it's definitely the smarter decision, because they want to make sure that they stay in business but also provide a use case, and I believe they are doing both of those things based on the news I just brought to you. Rocsys shows off its tech with a new self-charging and self-driving electric truck. Hands-free EV charging specialist Rocsys demonstrated its encouraging progress in enabling automated driving and charging in the commercial EV segment. As part of the Magpie initiative in Europe, Rocsys held a demonstration event in the Netherlands showcasing a fully electric autonomous truck navigating a port in Rotterdam before self-driving itself to a Rocsys robotic device, which began charging it automatically. Rocsys is a leading provider of hands-free charging methods for electric and autonomous vehicles that designs and implements next-generation soft robotics, advanced computer vision, and data-driven services to commercial fleets and port operators. Rocsys' proprietary platform includes the first interoperable robotic hands-free charging solution, and its automatic charging platform provides a foundation to accelerate the shift towards full autonomous mobility. At the event, attendees included guests from companies in various international port areas, municipal and national governments, partners from the European Pioneers Project, Marquis Frenche, the CTO of APM Terminals, and Ryer Will, project manager of the Magpie project. The participating companies described the self-charging demonstration as a significant milestone in the automation of logistics operations on industrial sites and a prelude to new applications of automated trucks in industrial zones and on public roads in the distant future. So I just talked about this recently in this video right here, and how these autonomous trucks could be charging themselves in ways that they can do it, but based on what we just seen, we now have an idea of how that's going to happen. And this news is very interesting because I talked about previously with this news right here of how this company Parallel Systems was implementing autonomous technology on railroads. So even though many companies have failed when it came to building autonomous trucks that were able to function on roads and drive for miles and miles, I think companies like Rocsys are at the beginning stage of what's to come in the future, and one day you could be driving down the highway and seeing an autonomous truck driving right right past you. ForwardX new self-production facility plans to produce 5,000 mobile robots per year. ForwardX Technology recently unveiled its new robotics factory, which will manage its entire production process from assembly to testing. The Beijing, China-based company said this underscores its commitment to self-sufficient production. The 107 and 639 square foot facility spans 2 buildings and features multiple production lines that cover the entire manufacturing process. The factory includes a 48,437.6 square foot section that specializes in wire harness processing, along with the assembly and testing of smaller autonomous mobile robot AMR models. The rest of the area focuses on production of larger AMRs and autonomous forklifts, in addition to software integration and system testing. With an annual production capacity of 5,000 units, ForwardX Robotics said its factory is well positioned to meet the increasing global demand for advanced robots. In addition to an increased production capacity, the company asserted that the facility will empower it to innovate and deliver high-quality, reliable products. Its self-sufficient production will also ensure exceptional performance and strong after-sales support, according to ForwardX. ForwardX offers a range of vision-based AMRs, and its lineup is growing. Last year, it launched smaller, nimbler, middleweight AMRs. The Flex 300L Mini is a platform AMR that also serves as the mobile base for Flex 300 SCB Mini. Alright, so this is just some of the latest news within the robotics world and a company specifically out there in China, and it looks like more of these companies are going to continue to build these robots, and they are going to be implemented in different parts of the world and different environments. So many changes are afoot, and we shall see these changes a lot sooner than later. Air Taxi conducts test flight for Japan World Expo. Japanese electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle maker SkyDrive conducted a demonstration flight of its SD-05 flying vehicle last week at a pre-event at Expo 2025 in Osaka. The flight, which was remotely piloted, took place above the Expo vertiport and flew for 4 minutes at the Media Day event. SkyDrive recently got a location to fly from at the Osaka 2025 World Expo when subway operator Osaka Metro announced the completion of the Osakako vertiport. The vertiport is an eVTOL takeoff and landing facility for SkyDrive to conduct demonstration flights during the 184-day Expo 2025, which starts this month and runs until October. SkyDrive also has been conducting test flights at its development facility in Toyota City. In addition, Osaka Metro is an investor in SkyDrive and operates 8 subway lines and a driverless tram and carries more than 2 million passengers a day. SkyDrive and Osaka Metro earlier agreed to consider using eVTOL vehicles in the Osaka area in Japan. The destinations would be Shin Osaka, Umeda, Moreno-Maya, Tanoji-Abino, and the Osaka Bay Area, considered critical hubs for the city's future mobility network. SkyDrive said its intent is for the cost of traveling on the air to be low enough to compete with conventional taxis. So that's a nice little update from the air taxi world, and it looks like SkyDrive is continuing to improve on their eVTOL vehicles, and it does look like lots of interesting things are happening out there in Japan. Not only is SkyDrive testing their air taxis, we also have Waymo, who is soon going to be out there testing their robo-taxis, and other homegrown companies building out their technology and getting approvals to do testing within the world of drones and autonomous vehicles. So many interesting things are happening around the globe and not just here in the United States, and it's always good to give you all a perspective of those different changes that are happening, so that way we can all be aware of what's going on as much as possible. PICO powers up its XR portfolio, taking on rivals with its new tracker. PICO recently debuted a major update for its MR and VR headset portfolio, the Motion Tracker Waist version product. The move looks to boost the product portfolio just as PICO celebrates its 10th year, and as firms like Meta, Apple, Samsung, Varjo, and others deepen their XR offerings going into the second half of 2025. PICO launched the Motion Tracker Waist version via a VR chat exclusive virtual event. The device is partially targeted at the large-scale social gaming market. However, if the trend persists, the innovation could lead to investment in full-body tracking solutions more broadly in the enterprise market. The PICO Motion Tracker Waist version enhances the already available full body tracking framework with waist data, which PICO notes leads to smoother VR user integrations, notably in sitting and lying positions. The new tracking product works across PICO 4 Ultra and PICO 4 headsets and includes additional support for PC VR applications via the Connect service. PICO is making the motion tracker waist version available for purchase online via Amazon, starting at €49.99 and £39.99. So this news lines up very well with the news that I presented to you a little earlier about Varjo and how they were moving into the enterprise market. So even though this motion waist tracker is not specifically focused on the enterprise market yet, with investments that could be coming later on down the road, I think that PICO is going to move towards that due to what they could do with that infusion of capital that could come their way. But also I do think that PICO is going to continue to focus on the consumer market due to the social gaming environment that's happening on the eastern side of the world. Gaming is big over there, and with the implementation of virtual reality technology, it could definitely enhance people's gaming experience, which would make them lean more towards wanting a PICO virtual reality headset in the near future. Google introduced Firebase Studio, an end-to-end platform that builds custom apps in browser in minutes. Google has heated up the app building space recently, rolling out a generative AI-powered end-to-end app platform that allows users to create custom apps in minutes. At their Google Cloud Next event, the tech giant introduced the full-stack AI workspace, Firebase Studio. Devs and non-devs can use the cloud-based Gemini-powered agentic development platform to build, launch, iterate on, and monitor mobile and web apps, APIs, backends, and front ends directly from their browsers. It is now available in preview to all users, but you must have a Google account. Firebase Studio combines Google's coding tools GenKit and Project IDX with specialized AI agents and Gemini assistants. It is built on the popular Code OSS project, making it look and feel familiar to many. Users just need to open their browser to build an app in minutes, importing from existing repositories such as GitHub, GitLab, or a local machine. Users can choose from more than 60 pre-built templates or use a prototyping agent that helps design an app through natural language, screenshots, mockups, drawing tools, images of mockups without the need for coding. The app can then be directly deployed to Firebase app hosting, Cloud Run, or custom infrastructure. Google says the platform greatly simplifies coding workflows. Gemini helps users write code and documentation, fix bugs, manage and resolve dependencies, write and run unit tests, and work with Docker containers, among other tasks. Users can customize and evolve different aspects of their apps, including model inference, agents, retrieval augmented generation, RAG, UX, business logic, and others. Firebase Studio is available with 3 workspaces for regular users, while Google Developer Program members can use up to 30 workspaces, and Gemini Code Assist agents are on the waitlist. So Google announced a lot of great news at their Google Next event, and I talked about their Ironwood chip, and now they have their Firebase Studio that is available for people to utilize. And on the X platform, many people were talking about it and showing different use cases of how they were using it. So we're at that beginning stage of individuals having the opportunity to build something without having that knowledge of coding or that background and experience of building apps from scratch. So right now is your time to use Firebase Studio to take that app idea that you've had and bring it to life, because you never know what type of impact it could have on you and others in the world. So that's just some of the latest news in the world of technology. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor before you go, like the video, subscribe, check out these 2 videos right here. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned for the next video.